Hafaday, and welcome to another Coffee with the Candidates. My name is Paulie Suba, and with me on the Democratic side of the ballot, number 4, Mr. Frank Chief Leon Guerrero. Hafaday, thanks for being with us again.
Of a day. Oh,
S-
of course, you're
so,
welcome. Thank you for inviting us.
yeah, so happy to have you, Mr. Frank Leon Guerrero. Can you just tell us a little bit about why you're running for senator for the 36th legislature?
Well, the way with the current situation right now between the economic crisis and the pandemic and stuff like that, I just retired from being the head of the U.S. Marshals for Guam at the Northern Mariana Islands, and I sense a sense the urgent need of people with experience, people that will make hard decisions. And that is my offer to Guam is that there's this, what I see is there's a lot of inexperience in the current legislative group. So I'd like to offer that opportunity for me with backgrounds in law enforcement, backgrounds in handling crisis situations. I believe that I can provide a public service to the people of Guam here.
Well, and I know also being a senator, a big part of it is about the budget. Do you have any ideas for the upcoming budget?
Well, the thing is, I'm going to look at it in today's perspective. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
put a benchmark with today. And
Mm-hmm.
my priorities, of course, is just addressing the priorities of the money, the priorities of public health, the hospitals, so we can get everybody else taken care of at the moment. I want to address, prioritize public safety. So I want to get these people out in the police officers out in the street, not so you can control the situation. Of course, education is key. We want to educate and keep that education going because eventually these are the people that are going to be coming up, taking over our positions, and uh, get them educated, and just of course all the priorities that will come up that'll benefit the island of Guam.
Chief,
Thank you.
you've done a lot for Guam and for the entire Marianas with law enforcement. How is that going to transfer over now if you become the senator for the 36th legislature?
Well, my wish at the moment is actually to be the in charge of the public safety committee.
Okay.
Um, of course, I'm open to all the other areas, and the reason why because I feel that is where my expertise is at.
Mm-hmm.
And having worked with the congresswoman, having worked with the legislature, I've been there. I've been uh, retired as a major of the Guam Police Department. I have 25 years of experience there. I've worked the private sector. I've worked the UN with the federal government, and I've worked with the local government and
Mm-hmm.
agency. So my background is pretty diverse, and I've been into those management positions, making the hard decisions, and I felt that I've been very successful in
Mm-hmm.
all of the areas that I've been. And for me to contribute to the Guam legislature, to the people of Guam, I feel a success story coming ahead for us.
Do you have any ideas that can help the private sector? Because already we know that through this pandemic, GovGuam, they haven't laid off anybody, but we have a lot of furloughs happening in the private sector. Do you have any ideas that can help the private sector during this time and moving forward into 2021?
Well, the one of the things is I'd like to entertain the private sector on a case by case basis
Mm-hmm.
because when I go out into the stores or something, I see the differences. I said, why is this store closed when another store is open and probably with more people inside? And these are the kind of things that I'd like for someone to evaluate because but let's just say I'm going to go down to Macy's store. They have a good system. It's open. There's essentials, items that are available in there, but yet I believe Macy's is closed. And some of the stores, I go to little mom and pop stores where the area is more confined, and they're open. Uh,
Mhm.
so it doesn't make sense. I'm trying to get a balance over here. So I don't know who's going to be in control of that. But those are the kind of things. It's like I like to have the government of Guam open that up, evaluate this thing on a case by case basis, not just to generalize the whole island and you just shut down what you think should be open, what you think should be closed.
Mhm.
So I'd like for that to happen right away so we can get back on our feet. Yeah, we do need to start circulating the monies of the economy within Guam and start to open up. Because if we stay closed, we're never going to move ahead.
Understood. Thank you so much, Chief, for having me or for being with us. Number four on the Democrat side. This is Coffee with the Candidates. We got more questions to ask Mr. Frank Leon Guerrero right here.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the Candidates Double Shot. Bam, bam, bam. My name is Mama Shar, and I hope you are feeling fantastic. Right now, we have on the Democratic ballot, number 4, Chief Frank Leon Guerrero. Hafa, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and how are you
I'm wonderful. I
doing
had a
down
good,
there?
I had a great breakfast.
The Zoom experience is pretty exciting. It's new, but it's exciting.
Awesome. So here are some fun questions, and that is, what have you and your family been doing during quarantine? Because I know it's a crazy time right now for our island.
You know, I don't know whether it is. I guess I'm blessed to be retired, and that is a benefit. That's a plus for me because I can stay home and stay quarantined, take care of my wife, take care of my family, take care of my father who's next door. So I am blessed with that. For the people that have to work and do things like that,
Hmm.
I, s- you know, I pray for them so we can go about safely through the island.
Thank you for that. Here's another fun question. On election day, what are you having for dinner if you win?
I'll probably too. I'll probably be too excited or something too. I'm gonna have me a little sandwich.
A
I don't know
little
whether I can
sandwich?
digest it. Yeah.
And
I
what
don't
what
know
is
that I could act.
so what goes into your sandwich though? Like what do you feel? What is good? Like what kind of bread do you like? Like what kind of sandwich is this?
Well, it's got to be a ham sandwich. You probably eat wheat bread on it. So,
Oh,
no,
healthy.
we're yeah, healthy. We're at that point. We're at that point in life. We got to take care of ourselves.
A- Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite movies?
I'm an action guy, and I guess that pumps me up because I guess for nearly 40 some years of
Yeah.
police experience, a lot of it in tactical operations, SWAT operations. I like to get pumped. So I need things to pump me up, you know.
I feel like you're a Steven
I guess,
Seagal type of guy. Like the Steven Seagal movies.
uh,
Do you know those?
no, he wants to be me. Hey, look, I mean, the truth, isn't he in law enforcement afterwards? He wants
Yeah.
to be doing that after the movie stuff. So
Yeah.
he was playing a character, but in real life, he wanted to be a cop.
Well, sometimes people gotta live their dreams through film, you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
I do have my community question, and it's really this is coming from myself, and that is because I have been working during the entire quarantine, along with my dad, along with my brother,
Hmm.
and we have kids at home, a lot, and my mom, of course, and so. I guess my question to you is now that things are slowly opening up again, and we all know what to do from sanitation, keeping social distancing, but I think from your end, How do you feel? What is another way for our people of Guam to move forward safely, for one, and to how would we live during this pandemic, if you will?
Well, I study that on literally a daily basis. What works, what's keeping, not just what worked for me, but what works for the people that are on the island. And if we continue to practice the social distancing and the mask, the, the, the conversations in front of people, if we keep that, I'm seeing the benefits of that. This has been a continuing learning experience for our people, for myself. So I take the value on what works. I haven't been sick, and the people that are doing the same thing around me have not been sick. I'm really cautious because my dad is going to be 88 years old, and myself, we're all susceptible to these things, but I have to take it carefully. So I want to say and recommend that people please stay the course, follow the guidelines on safety, because I believe that if we can stretch out this awareness, that we can probably live and reach that point where we probably get a vaccine or something that'll help us through this pandemic.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chief. I love that answer, because I mean, right now, oh my gosh, it's quite scary, and I'm just glad that you are still doing your thing by making sure that you are staying alert with all of the knowledge that's out there upon our pandemic here.
Yes.
You are fantastic.
I study this thing, and it says, you have to survive.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, sir, on voting day. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chief Franklin Angaro, number 4 on the Democratic ballot. And this is Coffee with the Candidates. My name is Mama Shar. See you later.
Half a day, I'm May Habib from PNC News. Thank you for joining us on Coffee with the Candidates today. We're speaking with Tony Atta, Republican senatorial hopeful in this upcoming election. Of course, Election Day is November 3rd. Tony, you know, the Republican Party has actually been really vocal about the administration and the administration's response to COVID-19 particularly. Maybe can you tell me what would you have done differently if you were already a senator responding to COVID-19 on Guam?
Yeah, good morning, May. I think what we've established over the months is that what was first and foremost important is communication and transparency with the public. And I think that's what lacked in the beginning months of COVID-19, where the administration was not transparent and they were not open to the public as to what is going on, how are we moving forward, and the things that need to be done. So, I think when we look back at the previous months, it's all about transparency and accountability.
And in terms of moving forward, we know that COVID-19 is as much a health issue as it is an economic issue. And, I guess I really want to know what your ideas are for how we can rebuild Guam's economy, how we can kickstart economy. What do you foresee?
Well, what I foresee is we need to start from the inside out. We already know that tourism is not going to happen immediately. So this gives us an opportunity to build our economy from the inside out. First of all, when you look at what's going on, we have the unemployment money that's going out, the stimulus money that's going out. But what families and people are doing is they're spending it off island. They're not spending it locally. And that's because a lot of our local businesses have been closed over the past couple of months. So if we had opened up our businesses to where they could turn around and regenerate that funds within the island instead of sending it off island to Amazon or to Walmart or wherever it may be, we could have kept more of that money here on island, and by then keeping our business economy moving here.
Okay, budget is, one of the main responsibilities of the Guam legislature. This budget season was fraught with issues. What would be some of your first measures going into, a senatorial position, and particularly what would you prioritize in terms of budget spending?
I think what we need to do is revisit and see what, I mean, when you look at what we've been doing these past several months, several parts of the government have not even been open. So, are we saying that these agencies or these departments or divisions are non-essential? And where can we look at savings in terms of moving forward with our budget? Because come January, I think we already started the budget in October. I think come in January, we're going to start to see the tightening of the belts even more because once the federal stimulus starts coming in, I think the government is going to turn around and start to say, well, how are we going to start now collecting revenue? We need to ensure that our businesses are working so that we can ensure that revenue tax continues to collect the revenues that is needed. Because if we don't collect revenues for our government, then we're really going to have a really tough time in the next several months ahead in this season.
Tell me, crime has been on the increase. We've seen a lot of petty crime, particularly recently during the pandemic. How would you combat that as a senator?
Well, we need to get more of our folks involved in the public safety. When you look at what is going on with our agencies, we could have augmented GPD with help from the other departments that were closed. They could have turned around and perhaps put people answering phones at GPD so that they can get the uniformed officers out on the streets to patrol our villages more, keeping our people safe. So all the positions that didn't need a uniformed officer behind it, they could have gotten other individuals from other departments that were closed or that stayed home and helped out GPD in that manner. And because we always need public safety, and that's always first and foremost is public safety. And ensuring that we have them out there on the streets, all uniformed officers out in the streets, we could have put the civilians behind the desk.
Absolutely. There's many more stories and many more conversations that we'd love to get into, but our time is limited, so thank you for giving us a little bit of a sneak preview of what it would be like if you were one of our senators, Tony Atta. Coming up, stay tuned. Reese the Beast is here with a lighter conversation with Tony so that you can get to know him more. Stay tuned.
Half a day and welcome to Coffee with the Candidates. It's double shot. It's the fun side of things, the crazy stuff. We're not going to get too wild. My name is Reese the Beast, and today with us we have Tony Atta. Half a day, sir. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Now, I just want to get to the fun things, because I always notice when we do these interviews, people kind of tense up when they get the PNC questions. And then when you have the fun stuff, they're like, oh man, this stuff is easy. So I hope you're ready.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So my very first question for you is, what are some fun activities that you have been doing during this pandemic? I know, a lot of people have been going to the beach lately because of it opening, of course, with the 5 people or less. But what have you been doing since this quarantine? I've been spending a lot of time with my family, my wife and my kids. It's a good time to catch up, right? We live busy lives, and anytime that we have the opportunity to be with one another, to spend time together, we always have to cherish that moment because, those are times that can never replace, So that's what we've been doing these past several months is spending a lot of time with each other. I love that. I mean, I've been kind of doing the same thing, working in media, gets you so busy. I mean, I feel like, I know we're 2 different areas, field of work, but I feel like we're both busy and we all get caught up in so much. So this quarantine has really been so good. And I'm so glad that we both got to spend time with our family. Now, I want to know, on election day, if you win, what are you going to eat? Like, what's dinner? What's lunch? What's breakfast? Or is it all 3?
You know what? On election day, I think what we're going to do is just perhaps, pitch a tent outside the house, come get the kids together and, my siblings, and depending what the pandemic war is by then, friends and family come over and light up the barbecue.
I love that. I love barbecue too, man. Sundays are the best time to barbecue, but when you win on election, every day is a good day, right? All right, so you know what? Speaking about election and being in politics, I wanted to know what is your favorite process during this whole thing with campaigning, and what is your favorite part of it all?
My favorite part is actually meeting people. We get to establish new friendships, new family, familial ties that you never realized you had. That's it. This pandemic has really taken a toll on that. Taking hands, hugging each other. So, I really miss that a lot. And, hopefully that we'll be able to get back to normal. I don't like the new norm. I want the normal that we had once before to come back so that we can do what we need to do and get together all the time.
Right, of course. I'm happy about that. I mean, man, you know what? We have a lot of similarities here because even in my job, I get to meet new people. Well, of course, before COVID, but going to events and whatnot, you're able to meet people. I got to meet some politicians as well. I mean, starting off in media, I had no idea who anybody was, but people would come up to me and be like, hey, you're that person on the radio. I'm like, hey, you. But now I know people, and I'm like, all right, I'm growing up in this business. Okay, so, sorry, seems like more about me than you. So let's continue on the questions then. Now, I want to ask, do you have a favorite movie?
I'm Doug Steffen.
Yeah, I like John Wick.
Oh, John. Yeah, you know what? You don't mess with a man's puppy. I'll tell you that right now. You're going to get it. Now, I mean, this kind of leads up to this question, and that's okay if the same movie is your answer. But if you could be in any movie, would it be John Wick or would it be another movie?
I think it would be more like I like suspense and I like dramas. I don't know what movie I would want to be in, but more of the John Wick or the Jason Osborne, those type of movies.
Oh yeah. I love that. You know what? I think I would agree. I don't know how my face would look on John Wick's body, but I think it'd work. I really think it'd work. Now, how about any TV shows? A lot of staying home. Everyone's watching some movies, watching some TV shows. Have you been keeping up with certain movies or shows?
I like to keep on the HGTV channel. Flip. The Property Brothers, Love It or List It. I love those type of TV shows.
Yeah, you know what? Growing up, I always thought those were boring. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But now, as an adult, I'm like, yeah, this could be my future home. I could put the chair here or the chair there. I know it's more than that. I'm totally kidding. Alrighty, so gosh, I wanted to ask one more thing before we get into our community question. Now, everybody wanted to be something different growing up as a child. So what did you want to be?
I really didn't think about it when I was younger.
Okay.
I kind of fast forward when I became a father at a very young age, and career was thrown at me, and that was in the military. So it was a time that I enjoyed. I was in aviation when I was in the military, so I fixed a lot of aircraft, and I love that career and I love that trade. Something that I'll always cherish and remember because during the times when I needed a career to latch onto,
Right.
it was there for me, and I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, sir. So we have to get into our community question before we officially wrap things up. Now, this comes from the community, and they wanted to know, what do you hope for Guam in the future with COVID happening? Because being honest, I don't think, well, this is just me speaking, right? I don't think this is a good question because I don't think COVID will go away anytime soon. So, what do you hope for Guam in the future?
Well, I hope for Guam to return back to where we used to be prior to COVID. I need to learn how to live with the virus now, just like with everything else, chickenpox, measles, mumps, things like that.
Right.
Learn how to live with it
so that we can continue to enjoy life as it was meant to be enjoyed, right? And cherish each day that we have and learn to live life to the fullest so that when our time comes, right, at least, we've done what we've always wanted to do with the things and the people that we love,
Right.
so
Right.
the things that I like to see actually Guam going back to pre-COVID
Awesome. All right. So thank you so much, Tony Ada. I truly do appreciate it. It was nice seeing you here on the screen. It was nice talking to you. I hope we get to talk again. I hope we get to see each other maybe 6 feet away, but that's okay. Good luck to you. Hope you win. Hope everything is good for you and the family. And thank you so much to everybody for watching Coffee with the Candidates Double Shot. Be sure you continue to stay tuned as we have more for you on the way.